Welcome to my channel. Listen to my stories every day. Comment, like and subscribe to my channel. Enjoy listening.
I never considered myself the jealous type, but something about today made my skin crawl. Maybe it was the weather, gray and ominous, or perhaps it was just my gut instinct that something was off. When Emily, my girlfriend of 2 years, asked me to grab her a file from her phone while she showered, I had no idea that a simple swipe could spiral my day into chaos. Her phone lay on the dresser, buzzing with the urgency of an unread message. "Babe, can you check who that is?" she called from the bathroom, her voice muffled by the sound of running water. "Sure," I called back, my fingers tapping the screen to life. It was a message from her coworker, asking about a report. Nothing unusual. I was about to lock the phone when a notification popped up for a photo tagged in her company's social media feed from last night's corporate event. Curiosity got the better of me. I tapped. The photo loaded, and there she was, Emily, radiant as ever. But she wasn't alone. Beside her stood a man I'd never seen before, both of them smiling, his hand clasping hers in a manner far too intimate for casual acquaintances. My heart sank. Who was he? Driven by a mix of dread and anger, I scrolled through her gallery, each swipe a silent betrayal of trust. The further I scrolled, the worse it got. More photos of them, each more compromising than the last. By the last few images, it was clear, they were more than just coworkers. Rage clouded my vision. I felt played, a fool in a game I didn't even know I was part of. As the shower turned off, I quickly emailed the photos to myself and deleted the sent mail, covering my tracks with practiced ease. Emily re-entered the room, toweling her hair, oblivious to the storm brewing inside me. "Who was it?" she asked casually, slipping her dress over her head. "Just a reminder for your report," I lied smoothly, my voice steady despite the turmoil inside. I watched her closely, searching for any sign of guilt, but found none. It was then I decided that her deception warranted a response equally devious and thorough. My revenge would be systematic and merciless, this I vowed silently as she kissed me goodbye, leaving for work. After she left, I sat at the kitchen table, the photos open on my laptop. The man, tall, with a sharp jawline and an expensive suit, was a mystery to unravel. And I intended to pull at every thread. I started with the company's website, digging through their employee profiles until I found him, Michael Stanton, a name as sharp as his looks. Recently transferred from their London office, and apparently, quickly making himself at home. My plan began to take shape, a dark outline of retribution. I'd expose their affair, ruin her reputation, and dismantle her new romance. No stone would be left unturned. By the end, she would realize the gravity of her betrayal, but by then, it would be far too late for any apologies. The first step was clear: infiltration. I needed more information, and for that, I'd need to be unseen but omnipresent. I decided to start by getting close to this Michael, to understand my enemy, and use his weaknesses against him. As I closed my laptop, my resolve hardened. Emily's life, as she knew it, was about to crumble. And I was to be the architect of that destruction. The next step required finesse. I needed allies, individuals who could aid my mission either willingly or unknowingly. The first was Sam, a friend who worked in cybersecurity. His skills would be invaluable. I met Sam at a dingy coffee shop downtown, a place with more character than clientele. He slid into the booth opposite me, a sly smile spreading across his face as he sipped his espresso. "Jake, you look like hell." "What's up?" he asked, eyes narrowing slightly. I hesitated, then decided honesty was the best approach, at least partially. "I need to get into someone's email and social accounts. Can you help me with that?" Sam set down his cup, his expression turning serious. "That's illegal, man. Why the sudden interest in hacking?" I sighed, feeling the weight of my plan. "It's Emily. I think she's seeing someone else." I found photos, Sam. I need to know who this guy is. Sam studied me for a long moment, then nodded slowly. Okay, I'll help. But we do it my way. No direct hacking. Ever heard of social engineering? I nodded, eager to learn anything that could help. Good. We'll get what you need without breaking the law, Sam reassured me. Our next ally was less straightforward. Tina, a colleague of Emily's who I knew disliked her. I reached out under the guise of organizing a surprise party for Emily's upcoming birthday. Tina was all too happy to assist, especially when I hinted at knowing about the affair. So, you heard about her little fling? Tina smirked as we chatted over the phone. Bits and pieces, I played along, keeping my tone light. Thought maybe you could fill me in. Tina laughed, a sound filled with scorn. Honey, I could write a book. Meet me tomorrow. I have all the juicy details you need. The next day, as I sat across from Tina at a local park, she spilled everything. Descriptions of secret meetings, whispered conversations, and enough damning evidence to paint a clear picture of Emily's betrayal. And this guy, Michael Stanton, he's the real piece of work, Tina added, stirring her coffee absent-mindedly. Moved here and immediately started climbing the social ladder. Emily is just a rung to him. This information was gold. Not just for my revenge, but because it confirmed my worst fears. Emily wasn't the person I thought she was. Fueled by the revelations, I concocted my plan. I'd expose both Emily and Michael at the company's upcoming annual gala. It was perfect, public and humiliating. The final piece fell into place when I met Alex, a guy I knew from the gym who worked at the same venue where the gala would be held. I needed someone on the inside. Alex, I need a favor, I began as we lifted weights one evening. It's a bit unorthodox, but it involves the gala. Say no more, Alex grinned, always up for a bit of mischief. What do you need? Switching name tags? Spiking drinks? Something like that, I chuckled, feeling a dark thrill at the thought of my impending revenge. By the end of our session, Alex was on board, ready to help me orchestrate the downfall of Emily and Michael in front of all their colleagues. As I drove home, my thoughts were a whirlwind of plans and possibilities. The storm was ready to break, and I was at its center, steering it towards the inevitable destruction. Emily's life, once marked by deceit, would soon be marked by ruin. And it was all about to unfold under the glaring lights of the gala stage. The night of the gala arrives with a torrential downpour, setting the stage for the evening's unfolding drama. I drive through the rain, my hands steady on the wheel, my mind focused. Tonight, everything needs to go perfectly. Arriving at the venue, I spot Alex immediately, a mischievous grin on his face as he hands me a security pass. You're all set, he whispers, clapping me on the back. Cameras are yours for the next hour. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. With a nod, I make my way through the crowd, blending in. The room buzzes with the energy of the company's elite, dressed in their finest. I locate Emily and Michael quickly, they're laughing together, a picture of intimacy. My grip tightens on my drink as I watch them, but I keep my emotions in check. It's almost time. I pull out my phone and text Sam, giving him the signal. Within moments, every digital frame around the room flickers and changes. Faces turn as the slideshow of Emily and Michael, the photos from her phone, begin to cycle through. Whispers swell into murmurs of shock and disapproval. What the hell is this? Michael's voice cuts through the chatter as he stares at the images displayed above. Emily turns pale, her eyes widening in horror. I make my way over to them, feigning confusion. Emily, what's going on? I ask loudly, ensuring all ears are on us. This isn't what it looks like, Jake, Emily stammers, her voice trembling. Please, let me explain. Before she can continue, Tina steps forward, her phone in hand. Oh, but it is, she declares, waving her phone like a flag. I have all the texts. Looks like Emily has been very busy. The crowd parts as Tina reads aloud messages between Emily and Michael, each word another nail in the coffin of Emily's reputation. People begin to scoff and whisper, some shaking their heads, others capturing the moment on their phones. Michael tries to grab Tina's phone, but I step in front of him. Don't you think you've done enough? I say sharply. The room falls silent, waiting for his response. I had nothing to do with this. Michael protests, his voice desperate, but his plea falls on deaf ears. Just then, Alex intervenes, ushering in a security officer. I think it's time for you to leave, Michael, he says, and the officer nods, taking Michael by the arm. Emily looks at me, tears streaming down her face. Jake, I'm so sorry. I never wanted to hurt you. I look into her eyes, searching for any trace of the love we once shared. But all I see is the betrayal that has turned my heart cold. You did more than just hurt me, Emily. You broke us, I reply, my voice steady despite the tumult of emotions inside me. As Emily is escorted out by another security officer, murmurs continue to ripple through the room. I stand there, a hollow victory consuming me. I've exposed the truth, but at what cost? The gala continues around me, but I feel detached, alone in the crowd. The revenge I thought would bring satisfaction feels bitter, leaving me to wonder if the price of truth was worth the pain of its reveal. As the night wears on, I realize that this is just the beginning. The consequences of tonight will ripple far beyond this room, and I must face them, whatever they may be. The weeks following the gala are tumultuous. The fallout is immediate and severe. Emily loses her job, and Michael, after a brief investigation, is transferred back to London, a cloud of scandal trailing behind him. The industry whispers about the incident, turning both Emily and Michael into pariahs. While I had achieved what I set out to do, the victory is Pyrrhic. One chilly evening, as I sit alone in our now half-empty apartment, a knock comes at the door. I'm surprised to find Sam standing there, his expression grave. Jake, we need to talk, he says without preamble, stepping inside. What's going on? I ask, a knot forming in my stomach. It's about the photos and emails you had me dig into. There's something you don't know. I frown, puzzled. What do you mean? Sam sighs, handing me a USB drive. I did a deeper dive. You got played, Jake. Emily wasn't having an affair. All those photos and emails were staged. Stunned, I plugged the USB into my laptop, and Sam shows me the metadata from the photos. They were all created and modified around the same time, just days before the gala. But why? Why would she do this to herself? I ask, my mind racing. Not her, Sam corrects me gently. Think about it. Who hated Emily enough to do this? The realization hits me like a ton of bricks. Tina. She had the motive and the opportunity. She had access to Emily's phone at a company retreat, she could have planted everything. I feel sick, the room spinning around me as the truth sinks in. In my blind desire for revenge, I had turned on the wrong person. I have to fix this, I whisper, more to myself than to Sam. The next day, I find Emily at a small cafe where she now works. She looks up, surprise and wariness in her eyes. Emily, I start, unsure how to apologize for the havoc I've wreaked on her life. You ruined everything, Jake, she cuts in, her voice low and hurt. Why are you here? To apologize, I say earnestly. I was wrong. So wrong. The photos, the emails, it was all a setup by Tina. Emily shakes her head, a bitter laugh escaping her lips. And you just believed it? Without even asking me? I know. I was a fool, I admit. I'm here to help make things right, if you'll let me. She regards me for a long moment, her eyes searching mine. Finally, she nods slowly. What do you propose? Together, we decide to confront Tina and demand she clear Emily's name. We arrange to meet her in a public place, a park, where she can't easily escape. Confronted with both of us, Tina initially tries to deny everything but eventually breaks down and confesses when presented with the undeniable proof of her actions. She agrees to come clean to the company, though her career is likely over. As Tina walks away, Emily turns to me. Thank you for helping clear this up, Jake. But I need time. Time to rebuild my life. And I need to do it alone. I nod, understanding and regret mingling in my heart. I hope you find happiness, Emily. You deserve it. She gives me a small, sad smile before walking away, leaving me to reflect on the cost of misplaced trust and revenge. In the end, I realize the hardest part isn't the betrayal or the revenge, it's learning to forgive yourself. I look towards the horizon, the sun setting, and know that this is just the beginning of my own path to redemption.